All right, everyone, let's talk about cardio. So I'm not going to give any scientific back into any of this. I'm going to give you real life experience, real life perspective on how much cardio you should be doing every week in order to stay lean, make steady progress, be able to eat right, just live a nice, healthy, fulfilling life without having to go through cycles. So like I've said before, I don't bulk, I don't cut. I stay at this level all year round out of choice more than anything else. Well, sometimes people write nasty things like, oh, you should bulk. I don't really want to bulk. I'm quite happy with the way I look. I put a lot of work in, and cardio is a small part of that. Just to get to the point, I do incline walking for about 45 minutes to an hour, once or twice a week. That's it. Now, you're probably thinking, am I starving myself? Well, no, the answer is no. I've come up with a bit of an analogy which I think explains certainly the way I'm approaching things and the way I understand things in my head, because you can read the studies, but I think you need to understand everything in layman's terms before you can fully start reading scientific studies. Imagine if your food, your calories are gasoline in a car, okay? Imagine if every day for some reason you kept putting 10 pounds of gasoline in your car every day without fail. So there's your calories, okay? You're gonna be eating right every day. I think some people have the idea that you have to go to the gym and do cardio, do HIIT training. Let's call that the trip to work. So for somebody who drives to the office, maybe let's say they have a 45-minute drive to the office. That's pretty intense. And a 45-minute drive home. The rest of the day, the car's just sat there in the car park. Now, let's imagine the same scenario, but we're talking about one of these food delivery drivers. So he's got 10 pounds a day of gasoline, and instead of going on these long 45-minute trips, but then sitting there doing nothing, he's driving non-stop. In 10 minutes here, he's going 20 minutes here, he's going 15 minutes here, he's going 20 minutes there. And eventually, let's say that the guy who drives to the office 45 minutes, it feels like he's been driving a lot. He's got a little bit of gasoline in the tank. But the guy who's been bombing around the city on the scooter all day, vroom, 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 he's almost out. If you stay active throughout the day, you don't really need to be doing excessive, intense cardio. This is if you're eating right, by the way, and you have to eat right. I eat very well. For people who say stuff like, eat more, man, it's such an uneducated comment, and I don't really want to start addressing those type of comments, but it's so uneducated to just see something and just make an assumption, because what you're doing is you're applying my results to yourself, as in you're applying what you would need to do to see this sort of definition, and you're applying that to yourself because maybe your lifestyle and my lifestyle are completely different. If you work in an office, that's fine. I don't work in an office. If you work in an office and sit at a desk for 7-8 hours a day, it's a very different lifestyle to somebody who, let's say, is a construction worker who's picking things up, pushing things, pulling things. That's a completely different lifestyle. And that accumulates over the day. It's so obvious. These things all add up. If you say to me, what's your workout routine? It's irrelevant. What do you eat? It's irrelevant. Because everything has to be personal to you. You have to find your balance. I found my balance. When I was living in Japan, I was moving around Tokyo all day, and the company paid for the travel. So now, don't tell anyone this, but I didn't actually used to always jump on the bus or the train, because my logic was, number one, they're paying me anyway, it's just free money if they're giving me. Number two, I can walk 20 minutes, that's good for me. As long as it's not raining outside, obviously. All right, fair enough. Climate might make a difference. What you've got available to you might make a difference in terms of where I'm living right now. It's a nice enough building, but the roads outside aren't exactly great for going for walks around the block. Okay, so obviously that makes a difference, but I choose to get myself out there. While some people are sat there watching TV at the weekends, I'm out exploring. I'm going to a mountain, which number one is beautiful to look at, but number two, it's better to be outside than sat inside doing nothing. So I never mean to sound dismissive or anything like that when I say these things, but when people message me asking specifics about my lifestyle, it doesn't really matter, because if you want to work with me, tell me what your lifestyle is, then yes, we can come up with some changes. We can implement some ideologies about what you should be doing throughout the week, and I'm sure that you will see the results. The classic social media example: seeing something on the internet that works for somebody else and just assuming that the exact same thing will work for you. It doesn't work like that. And to take it back to the car analogy that I just gave you, or the bike analogy, I feel like once a week or so, twice a week, it's good to open up that bike. Let's say it's bombing around the city in the week. I'm doing lots of work. I'm always moving throughout the week. I'm always active. That's what's keeping everything ticking over. But once a week or so, it's good to get out to the mountain, let that bike go. And it's good for the heart, health, your mental state. I feel really good after I've done a long cardio session. But what I'm saying is, it's not necessary in order to see the results. If you eat right, if you train hard, I'll go on to eating in a different video, I'll go on to training in a different videos, but today the main message of the video is, you've got to stop thinking of everything as isolated incidents throughout your week. I went to the gym on Monday and did chest, and the other day I had a salad for lunch. I did 20 minutes of cardio the other morning and I don't seem to have lost any weight. That mindset of isolated incidents throughout the week, it's not going to work for you. What you need to do is you need to create an environment where you can, I hate this word, I do hate this word to be honest, thrive. When people say, I'm thriving, I'm thriving right now, I'm thriving. It's a bit of a pretentious word, but you do need to create an environment for yourself to thrive. As always, I hope this has been beneficial. I hope there's been some sort of value. I hope my nipple's not been falling out throughout this video. I know he does like to pop out you've all seen it, you've all seen it before. Hit me up on the socials, PT, BobbyT on BobbyT one word on Facebook, and then at pt.bobbyt on Instagram. Direct message me there, anywhere you like. If you want to work with me, let's do it. Let's all get absolutely fucking ripped to shreds. How about that for the summer, eh? So listen, take care of yourself. See you in the next one.